This is a demo on really just a review on using rice paper to transfer a design to sheet metal so that you can saw it out using a jeweler's saw. For this example, I'm using the Cold Connection Rivet project. So I have my actual stone, I've traced it and designed my tabs as well as the back plate, and eventually we'll be riveting these two pieces together to form a pendant. So the first thing I need to do after I have my sketch is take some rice paper and trace it out using a pen. So I'm gonna bring this in a tiny bit. The nice thing with rice paper is that it's transparent, so you can see your design right underneath it. You wanna be specific to your design so that it matches what you originally intended. So really take your time tracing the image over. I like to use a pen instead of a pencil because sometimes as you handle the piece while sawing it, the pencil can kind of rub off. So I'm going to trace out every component. I also like to kind of put an X at pieces that I'm going to be piercing out or cutting away. If I plan on drilling a hole, I'm also going to mark that. So I have it traced out. The next thing I'm gonna do is trim it down with scissors. We're always trying to save as much sheet metal as possible. So you don't want to cut off a huge chunk when you're really just working with kind of a small design. So I kind of do a square that's as close to my design as I can get. So we'll start with that. I'm cutting out the tabs using 22 to 24 gauge copper. You want a thinner metal so that it's easier to fold the tabs down. Now I'm just going to use regular rubber cement and on a corner put down a thin layer. You don't need a ton because it's just going to take forever to dry and kind of get a little bit messy. But the reason we're using rubber cement is because once we're done, we can easily remove the rice paper and rub off the excess rubber cement without impacting the surface quality of the metal. So I would give that a few minutes to dry and then use shears to cut out my design. So again, I'm not cutting a huge chunk or more than I need. I'm cutting it as close to the design as possible. So basically where I originally had that rice paper trimmed down to. Once it's dried and it's cut out of the main sheet, I'm ready to take my jeweler's saw. I could go drill these holes and pierce those out and cut out my shape.